But 40 years, your patience have been tried long enough. And you have advocated, asked, begged, spoken up. Now, you cannot be what you cannot see, and you cannot participate in something if you cannot get there. I took the train this morning, as I did Monday and Tuesday, to work. I got two options, 2.5 blocks from my home. I can do Irving or I can do Montrose. 31 minutes. I was a little, in fact, good news, it was a little ahead of schedule. Dorval knows when the train is not on schedule. I had a little extra time. And I do want to take a note, a side note. He said 20 minutes off commute. The way I look at it, 20 minutes more with your children. Everybody here measures time, and the notion is if you don't have to take a bus to a train, because you're going to save 20 minutes and this is going to have access to a train and a modern transportation system, that means you have more time with your children, more time with your family, other things that you can do, not just trying to prepare around a system that doesn't serve you. Now we have, as Dorval just noted, and I want to say this also goes to the team we've put together, an unprecedented investment in modernizing the CTA. And modernizing so everybody has the same quality service. I rely on it regularly. I cannot wait for the topping off of the 95th Street station. Yes. And it's not only a great station and all the residents in that area, but it's also been an economic opportunity for the people that work on that project and the small businesses that have the opportunity to show what they can do and use that as a reference point for other work that CTA is doing. Because they actually have, when we did the red line, and they continue to do it, they've actually done it in a way that other small businesses have an opportunity to prove themselves at a higher standard and work on other work now. And we have new measures for our minority and women-owned businesses because we proved that you can actually set high standards and add on the red line south and bring all those businesses in. This is a historic, no more talking. It's a first, this is a down payment on the first step in the journey of getting these 4 stations open and making sure that the residents of Pullman, West Pullman rather, the residents of Roseland and the residents of Washington Heights and Riverdale participate in the economy. This is our goal, to have one city with one future. If you can look at the strength and power and the opportunities that Chicago offer, but you cannot get there, we're not going to be the city we can be. And transportation is key to that. Now, having modernized the red line, and we'll have the topping off, I think, in about 6 weeks or so for the 95th Street station, this is the proper thing to do now to plan, prepare, and do all the engineering work and environmental work for the exact effort that is the extension. And you don't have on a Friday, as you said, it's a Good Friday. I used to always joke in the White House, thank God it's Friday, 2 more work days till Monday. But that we have the opportunity now to do something that has been talked about ad nauseum. And all the residents, no matter how long it's been talked, continue to show up to the meetings advocating for their constituents. The aldermen have done it. And Anthony was right. When I first got elected, Carrie, Michelle, Anthony, Howard all sat down and said, look, this is our #1. And our first project was red line modernization, because you didn't want to extend something if the fundamentals were broken. And under Dorval and under Terry Peterson, they have done an unprecedented amount. When you take the whole system in, $8.5 billion of capitalization to modernize the system. Red line south, red line north, purple, new blue, new stations on the green line. That is essential. And so while your patience is worn thin, I want to thank you for being true to your word. This day is your day to all the residents. And we have a commitment, not only all the things that Dorval noted of investments in the South Side, but it's key to make sure that the constituents have a transportation system, bus or train, that gets them not only from home but to work, one they can rely on, and one that also links them in. If you can have to take another bus, another train, etc., and not have something that links you into the economy, then we're not going to be the city we're going to be. We have one goal where every part of this city is part of the future we're building together. And I want to thank everybody for a part of getting us to this day. But as I said before, it's a giant step forward for the residents of the south side of Chicago to be part of Chicago rather than cut off from it.